Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh Shai.
Psalm 27. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? When the wicked, even mine enemies and my foes, came upon me to eat up my flesh, they stumbled and fell.
That loved a good time. Nyla Simmons' family and friends are left remembering the teen. They say she was a social butterfly that loved a good time, doing just that last night when she lost her life. Now her parents are asking people to learn from her mistakes and be safe while having fun. It was around 11:20 p.m. Saturday night when a night of fun took a tragic turn. Police say an Escalade stopped at a red light once the truck took the left turn. 18-year-old Nyla Simmons, who was dancing on top of the car, fell off. Moments later, she was hit by a fire truck that was responding to a call. Nyla Simmons' parents at a loss for words, trying to describe what happened to their daughter less than 24 hours ago.
And it's a lot of people gonna miss it, but we ain't gonna never be the same.
I'm still in shock right now.
They say Nyla was attending a friend's prom send-off prior to the accident.
We just wanted the best for Nyla. Nyla, the incident, it's just tragic the way she died, but that's what hurt the most, the way she died. But Nyla was out having fun. That's what she like, having fun, hanging with her friends.
Nyla was the youngest of 5. She graduated from Parkway North High School last year and was set to start cosmetology school at Grabber School of Hair Design on Monday.
I'm highly distraught that I don't get to see what she was going to become.
Her parents say they don't blame her friends. They were just teens being teens, saying no one could have ever guessed that the night would end up with Nyla losing her life.
But we all been young before.
Yeah.
We all done did some type of things where it could have ended up bad for us.
The parents wanting everyone to learn from Nyla's mistakes, hoping this incident can stop another teen from doing the same.
Yeah, and we want all her people and her friends to take this and learn from it.
Don't get on top of a car, y'all.
Remembering Nyla Simmons as their youngest baby who lit up every room she went into.
Nyla was going to be an entrepreneur. Nyla was going to be great in this world, and it's tragic that she's not here.
Although police say the investigation is still ongoing, everyone involved did stay at the scene and cooperated with police. We will keep you updated on any further information we receive. In studio.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers. And peace and blessings and salutation to the hopeful elect out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the 4 winds in the name of Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. Pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. All right. And what I want to get into today, is going into the time of judgment and hard times. All right. Judgment and hard times. All right. And I want to lead, with this story. All right. With this young Eve. All right. Who fell off, the SUV twerking and was hit by a fire truck. All right. And we have to understand the judgment of the Lord is at hand. Okay. As we understand, when you go into the scriptures, no one ever perished being innocent. All right. And, this is the representation of, young Eve. This is just that same cycle, of failure, that's constantly being repeated, amongst, the nigga woman. All right. Is this wild, she was 18, she probably gonna live that wild, Miss Independent, Miss Strong, fuck a nigga, mindset, for the next, which Lord willing, all right, we're not gonna be here, another 15 years, but you can see her doing that for 15, 17, 20 years, and then, getting to the point to where, now after she's made all these poor decisions, to say that there ain't no good men and be looking for some, man that had nothing to do with her poor decision making to rescue her. And it's the same cycle of failure, it's the same cycle of rebellion, and she's just a representation of the culture, not to get on her specific situation, but she's a representation of a failed culture, that's just on a cycle, all right, on a repeated cycle of failure, okay, and rebellion, okay, because there's a particular order for women, all right, and what we're going to see is that the Lord, all right, doesn't think of women the same way that this society has, pushed, all right, the image of women in the world, as these innocent, can't do wrong creatures, and, the world has pampered, the woman and put them on pedestals, and you have a whole system, that caters to women. The nightlife caters to women. The music caters to women. The holidays cater to women, all right. The so-called black family caters to women, okay. And what you're gonna find, the Lord doesn't cater to women, all right. And then it's the women that's out of order. Now, women that's in order are blessed, okay, under Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah. But this madness, all right, is going to stop. And the Lord just showing that he's, all right, despising the image, all right, that these women are in, all right. Now, when you go here to the next, and this is the brother Elder Hawad, GMS North Carolina. This is his channel this is community post, that I'm on right now. And it says the GMS North Carolina 777, if I'm not mistaken, but we'll look at it for sure. And it says OnlyFans model dies, fell off balcony while filming threesome. Okay, OnlyFans model dies, fell off balcony while filming threesome, man. So you had the woman, all right, the young Eve, fall off the truck, and you gotta think, man, that was a special death because that fire truck was on the call. But see, that's the call that fire truck was on, to encounter that young Eve falling off that truck at the perfect time, and that fire truck coming through there with all their force and deletion, man. Hey, how about Shema Al-Shah is a terrible power when angered. Okay, and the world is finna find out, in a very hard way, man, men and women. Okay, but you have this chick, filming the threesome on OnlyFans. See, the Lord despised this what the American product of a woman. The Lord despises that, man. And the world finna find out in a very brutal fashion, man. It's gonna be very gruesome, the judgment that the Lord has coming in the earth, man. And women are not excluded. Okay, you see, women are able to dodge and jump over, accountability in this system. Okay, which that plays a part in the product, all right, of the type of woman that America produces, man. Okay, but when it comes to the Lord, when it comes to true judgment, righteous judgment, hey, the Lord is not a respecter of person, or he doesn't pity, man. You see, and the world is going to find out in a very gruesome way, okay, what judgment is. Now, let's go from there for a minute. Yeah, that's the brother channel, GMS North Carolina. All right, 777. Subscribe, be edified and be updated. So let's get some scriptures, man. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 73, all right, and 20. It says, it's a dream when one awaketh. So, O Lord, when thou awakest, thou shalt despise their image, man. And let's go here. All right. So the Lord is awakening, with judgment. Now, the Lord, all right, is not saying like the Lord, is asleep, literally. Okay, this is just a figure of speech, all right, about the Lord getting active with his judgment when he awaketh and sees, just like a father who wakes up, and the children have just ruined the house. Okay, he's gonna wake up pissed. He's gonna despise at their behavior. Okay, so as the Heavenly Father, he's looking out in the world, and especially America, and he sees what America is producing, All right, he's despising the image, anything that's in the resemblance, okay, of the image of the beast, man. Okay, now you go here to awaken, all right, and it says in the Hebrew it's Kohas, all right, and it means to wake up, to arouse, all right, to arouse, okay, to arouse. So the Lord's judgment is being aroused in the earth, man. You know, and it's going to get more brutal. See, this is still a grace period where a warning is going out, man. Now you can hear this message and get offended, and you know, and you know, be about, you know, this unspoken sisterhood that women have, you know, to where no matter what a woman does, you can't say nothing about it. All right, so you can hear this and get offensive, okay, and miss your chance for mercy, okay. Because at the end of the day, we need mercy. We fear the judgment of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. Constantly self-examining ourselves, man, to where we want to be in good standings with our power, man. You know, for righteousness' sake and for the sake of the fear of judgment as well. You know? So, going back, let's get, let's see, did the root word go into something? All right. Oh, there you go. To awaken, to become active. To become active. Okay? The Lord's judgment is finna be more and more active, because the Lord's judgment go forth every day. Okay? As the scriptures say. But we're going to see the Lord's judgment become more active, man. You know, there was a coordinated, you know, for the timing of that fire truck. Do you know how coordinated that is for her to be out at that exact time, to get on their truck, to stop at a red light, a fire truck responding to an actual fire. So that had to happen. Do you know how many, variables had to happen at the same time? All right, for that to get pulled off. That's the judgment of the Lord, man. Okay? It says, when thou awakest, all right, now you go into this word, all right, their image, okay, all right, which is Tazalam, okay, in the Hebrew, and it says image, all right, and it says mirror, it says image, likeness, or resemblance, man. All right, image, likeness, or resemblance, man. All right, and she just this young Eve is just a representative. This OnlyFans chick is just a representative, okay, of a culture. And anything that's in that likeness or in that resemblance, the Lord despises, man. Niggas too. All right. But this is just dealing with, the women mainly, but niggas too. That nigga image. Okay. That American patriot image, all these different characters and corrupt, behavior and cultures of America. All right. Which has spread throughout the earth. The Lord hates that, man, because it's women in Japan that act like this, okay, and you see, in South Korea, this China, there's women everywhere that imitate this behavior, in Europe, okay, Africa, that imitate this behavior, man, and anything that's in this type of likeness or resemblance, the Lord despises, man, and He's finna become active in judgment, man. Okay, it says to mirror an empty image, all right, a semblance, which this is vanity, man. It says an empty image because this is vanity, man. Okay, this is a very vain culture, man, and the Lord finna clean up. All right, and going to show you, it says a representative figure. Okay, you see, these two women are just representative figures of a culture, especially of an idol. Okay, because it goes back to idolatry. Because she's imitating what's been given to her. She's just mimicking these different idols, these celebrities that Esau has, glorified. Okay, so going back to here, you got this as well. All right, UPS layoffs and closures. UPS to cut about 20,000 jobs and close more than 70 facilities. All right, UPS to cut about 20,000 jobs and close more than 70 facilities, man. Okay, 20,000 jobs, that's a hell of a cut. And it's just gonna keep getting worse, man. Judgment and hard times are ahead, man. Okay, the prosperity that America promised, that utopia, as we went over before. All right, this American utopia. All right, this perfect society of America, is being dismantled at a rapid rate. And if you're still bought into the dream, okay, you're gonna be caught off guard, man. If you still have a mind that's looking forward, to American prosperity, then you're gonna get caught in the trap. All right, because Esau has been, the Lord has put the spirit on Esau to dismantle this place, bring these hard times, okay, and present a way out through the C-HIP, a device. All right, digital currency, UBI. Okay, because AI is getting ready to replace a lot of jobs. All right. The middle class, is constantly being wiped out. Okay, now they're finna start chipping away at the upper middle class. Okay, and it's only gonna be the poor, all right, and the rich. Okay, and it's all him, all right, leading, to pressure from above, pressure from below, squeeze, okay, to make people, all right, tap out and give in. All right, to this NWO system, man. Okay, through this this device, the C-HIP. You see? So let's go here. All right, because everything you people believe in is going to fail. All right, and when everything you believe in fails, you're going to look for something new to believe in. All right, and he's going to have that technology, man. 2 Ezra 5:1 said, nevertheless, as coming the tokens, behold, the days shall come that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith, man. So we see the signs where people are finna be taken in a great number, man. People are going to be taken in judgment, and people, all right, are going to give in, all right, to these hard times and take the C-HIP, man. Okay. And faith shall be barren in the earth, man, because everything that people believe in is going to fail them. Okay? Everything, college and, careers and being an entrepreneur, and you see, the OnlyFans, the women are able to prosper, off the internet and all. See, all these things are going to fail them. You see, the bag is going to fail niggas, man. Okay, everything that niggas have, our people have put their hope in, is going to fail them. Okay, the only thing that's going to be reliable in these times is Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. Okay, but this system is finna fail them, and set them up for the ultimate destruction, man. Because if you take the C-HIP, you just got VIP passes to missiles, man, to nukes. Okay. It says, but iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest, and thou hast heard long ago, man. So it only gets worse, man. People are going to get more violent. People are going to get more cold. All right. And that's why the Lord has us constantly, just moonwalking away from the situation, man. Moonwalking from this world, man. Steady getting farther and farther away, isolated from this place as much as possible. First and foremost in the spirit, and then even in the physical as well, man. Okay, leaving this world behind. All right, because this world is set for great judgment, man. All right, so that was the point, Lord will, you brothers. All right, and you sisters edified. Till next time I say shalom.